This is another really good question. Hi friends, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Maria. I'm very excited about today's video. It's one that I've been wanting to do for a while because I felt like it would just be so fun and interactive with you guys. So recently on my Instagram account, I reached out to my followers to see if they would like to play a little game of Disney Would You Rather. So I received tons of great questions from you all, and a lot of them are some really hot takes on Disney and the Disney parks. So this is going to be fun for sure. Like I said, I did receive a ton of great questions, so unfortunately I couldn't fit them all into this video, but thank you so much to everyone who participated. I had a lot of fun reading all of your question submissions, so I'm definitely going to do another video like this in the future. I wrote down all the questions here and we are ready to go. So the first two come from my wonderful bestie Nikki to start us off. So Nikki asked, would you rather visit Disneyland or Walt Disney World and why? So this is a good question to start us off. If you're new here, my home park is Walt Disney World. I've been lucky enough to visit since I was 2 years old. But Disneyland is also such an incredible park. I've been able to visit twice now. I always say when I talk about Disneyland that you can really feel Walt's presence there. There's so much history. But Walt Disney World, of course, is home. So yes, unfortunately, I'm sorry Disneyland, but I'm always gonna have to go with Walt Disney World. Next, Nikki asked a really fun one. She said, would you rather dress up as your least favorite evil villain or wear heels in the parks? Now, if you know me well, you'll know that heels in the Disney parks are like my mortal enemy. I just have to have comfortable shoes on. I mean, props to you if you can do it in the parks because that is just amazing. And I mean, you look like princesses. It's awesome. But I just have to have comfortable shoes on. I'm very picky that way. I need to be able to have walking shoes. So I always think my outfits are like cute from the ankles up. So yes, Nikki knows me well. So she's really trying to get a hot take out of me right now. I don't even know who my least favorite villain is. Wait. No, it's Frollo or whatever his name is from The Hunchback because he is just terrifying. So I mean, I would love to wear heels for like a short visit to the parks, but I just think when I go to the Disney parks, I'm doing so much walking. So I'm sorry to my feet, but I'm gonna have to go with wear those heels. The next question comes from my wonderful friend Mary. She asks, would you rather be an AP at all Disney parks for life or a Club 33 membership for 1 year? Ooh, okay, this is a good question. Club 33, of course, sounds amazing. I know it's on all of our bucket lists to do it one day. But for me personally, I mean, visiting all the Disney international parks around the world is extremely important to me. I just have to visit Disneyland Paris now. So I mean, yeah, I think I would pick the AP for life because what an amazing opportunity that would be. I think you would just make so many memories at each of the parks and I would get to travel so much. So yes, I'm gonna go with the AP. The next 4 questions come from my awesome friend Sarah, and let's just say Sarah really went hard and gave me a lot of hot takes because I asked her for some super interesting questions and she delivered. So thank you, Sarah, even though you're gonna make this really difficult for me. So right away, Sarah comes in with a question that feels like a direct attack on me. Sarah asks, would you rather never get to visit Pop Century again and stay at other resorts or only ever get to stay at Pop? Like I said, a direct attack. Also, if you're new here, Pop Century is my family's home resort. I just love Pop so much. I've been staying there since it opened. And Sarah knows how much I love it. So she's really hurting me right now. Not cool, man. I don't know. I feel like this is so mean to Pop, but it's also a dream of mine to stay at more of the Disney resorts. On Walt Disney World property, my family usually stays at Pop, but we have stayed at a couple moderate and other value resorts, but I would love to be able to stay at the more deluxe resorts one day. So this is breaking my heart, but I'm sorry, Pop. I'm gonna have to go with the other ones. Sarah has another great question. She says, would you rather only be able to go on rides, no shows, or only watch shows and spectaculars with no rides? This to me is a tricky one because the Disney rides and attractions always just make me so happy. Obviously, we all have our favorite attractions and they bring back such special memories, but what's so great about the spectaculars and the shows and parades is it feels like a different experience every time, you know? As much as I love my favorite attractions, I really don't think I could give up my nighttime spectaculars. I miss Happily Ever After every single day. It's my favorite thing in the entire world and I'm just missing it so much. So yes, this might be a little bit of a hot take, but I think I'm gonna have to go with the spectaculars and shows over the attractions. The next one from Sarah is, would you rather have a blister on your heel or a mini ears headache? If you're a frequent visitor of the Disney parks and you love your Shop Disney ears, you probably are familiar with the acclaimed mini ears headache. As much as I love Disney ears, the unfortunate thing is they can be a little pinchy. I mean, not that I'm gonna give them up because clearly I'm obsessed, but like I said before, I have to have comfortable shoes while I'm in Disney, so this is a real struggle. I think I'm gonna have to go with the mini ears headache just because I think I can kind of cope with that in a way, but when my feet are sore in the parks, it's just like game over for me. The last one from Sarah is one of my favorites. So she said, would you rather read on the Skyliner or journal on the monorail? This question just made me so happy because clearly, Sarah, you know me so well. I am such a bookworm. I've loved reading my whole life, and I also really love being able to journal in the parks. My Disney journals, if you can see right there, are very special to me. I love bringing them along with me on all my adventures and just documenting everything so I can have them forever. Doing both of these things, like just being able to sit and read or journal on property, is something that I really wanted to be able to do on my Disney program. I think it would just be so magical and peaceful to be able to just take some time to kind of relax while you're on Disney property. I think I'm gonna have to go with read on the Skyliner though, because I'm just picturing it as so beautiful. I think it would be amazing just to sit with those big open windows and the breeze going through. I personally loved getting to glide over Hourglass Lake around Pop Century on the Skyliner on my last trip, so that was a really special memory of mine. And I think just kind of having like an afternoon off to read and just kind of float around Disney property would be so amazing. So thanks, Sarah. That was a really great question. Next comes from my wonderful friend Shaylin, who I actually met through the Disney Culture Representative program that we were both supposed to be doing this year. So Shay asked, would you rather do Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party or Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party? So unfortunately, I haven't been able to do either of these holiday parties yet. They were on my bucket list to do for the Cultural Representative program this year, but unfortunately due to COVID, that all got put on hold. As much as I love Christmas, I'm definitely leaning more towards the Halloween party just because I've always wanted to do that one. It looks like so much fun. I love the idea of getting to dress up in the parks and, you know, all the spooky attractions that you get to do and trick-or-treating on Main Street. So yes, I'm gonna have to lean towards the Halloween party. Next comes from Emily. She asked, would you rather go on a boat ride with Flynn or Eric? This is a fun question. For me, I'm definitely right away gonna have to say Flynn Rider because, I mean, he is just my favorite Disney prince. Flynn Rider is just the best. Tangled is my favorite Disney movie, so he's just perfect. I love Flynn's personality. You know, he's very sarcastic, but deep down he's a softie. To be honest, my boyfriend Josh and I are a lot like Flynn and Rapunzel, so I really picked a winner. The next few questions come from my amazing friend Sydney. Sydney and I are longtime friends, literally since birth, and we frequently visit the Disney parks together, so these questions are great. Thank you, Sid, for your contribution. The first one Sydney asked is, would you rather never be able to ride Space Mountain again or never be able to ride Tower of Terror again? Sydney knows that Tower of Terror is my favorite attraction. We both love it so much. One of my favorite memories with Sydney is the time we rode Tower of Terror like 7 times in a row. That was so much fun. But I love Space Mountain too. It's one of my favorite attractions in Magic Kingdom for sure, but I just can't say no to Tower of Terror. It's my favorite, so definitely gonna have to go with that one. Next, Sid asked, would you rather spend the day with Elsa in Magic Kingdom or spend it with Rapunzel in Epcot? I love this question. I mean, both sound like such amazing days. I think Elsa and I would have such a nice time in Fantasyland together exploring. I feel like it would be on like a royal tour in a way, because she's very regal, of course. But I think I'm definitely gonna have to go with Rapunzel in Epcot. I've actually described this before as one of my like perfect character days if I were able to spend a day in the parks with a Disney character. Rapunzel is one of my favorite Disney characters and I really relate to her so much. We're both bouncing balls of energy and I just love her passion for exploring and adventure, and I think being able to travel the world with her in Epcot would be so much fun. We both love trying new things at all the different pavilions, and I think Rapunzel and I would just have a great time. The next question from Sydney is actually from her mom, Corey, who is like a second mom to me. Corey asks, would you rather date Prince Eric or Aladdin? No disrespect to Prince Eric, but I'm gonna go for Aladdin just because he is also one of my favorite Disney princes. I've always loved Aladdin's like wit and humor. I think he's a great character, and A Whole New World is one of my favorite Disney songs, so sorry Eric, but I'm going with Aladdin. The next comes from my wonderful friend Danny. She asks, would you rather have churros or a Gaston cinnamon bun? Danny and I love talking about Disney treats on Instagram, so great question, girl. Both of these treats are like cinnamony and sweet, so I mean, it's a tough call. I love both of them, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Gaston's cinnamon roll because they are just fantastic, especially when you get them fresh. Oh my gosh, fantastic. If you've never had one of the Gaston cinnamon rolls, buns, whatever they're called before, they are ginormous. Like so big that it weighs down the plate. You can get them in Fantasyland and Magic Kingdom and Gaston's Tavern, so if you haven't had one yet, be sure to give them a try. The next comes from my other wonderful friend, Sarah, and she asked, would you rather ride the Skyliner with me or Frozen Ever After? Sarah is one of my dearest friends. I love her to death, and we just went to Walt Disney World together back in February 2020. That was the last time we visited, right before COVID. Sarah and I both just love the Skyliner so much, and Frozen Ever After, so she's really picked like two of my favorite memories with her. I think I'm gonna have to go with Frozen Ever After because Sarah and I both adore Frozen, and she had never been on the attraction yet, so getting to share one of my favorites with her was just such a special memory. I can't wait until the day we're able to do both of those things again, and it's just gonna be a wonderful time. The next comes from Andre. He asks, which Disney character would you rather spend a day at the parks with? I like this question because it's a little more open of a would you rather. I've already said Rapunzel, but I think the next character I would love to spend the day with would of course be Mickey. Mickey just means the world to me. He's of course one of my favorite characters, and I have so many special memories with him. I would just absolutely love every moment of that. I think getting to take in the magic of the kingdom with him would just be so special, and I can dream, right? The next question comes from Anastasia. She asked, would you rather eat a pretzel or popcorn in the park? This is another good question because both are kind of savory snacks. For me, I mean, Mickey pretzels are fantastic, but I just always love the classic popcorn in the parks. There's something about Disney that makes every single snack so much better, right? The next question comes from Caitlin, and she asked, would you rather only watch Frozen 2 or Tangled for the rest of your life? First off, Caitlin, you must know me pretty well by now because those are my two favorite Disney movies for sure. Frozen 2 means the world to me. Anna and Elsa's journeys just both spoke to me so much, and it's just such a beautiful film. It breaks my heart to have to say no to Frozen 2, but Tangled is my favorite movie of all time, so I'm definitely gonna have to go with that one. It makes me so sad to say that because I love Frozen 2 so much, but I can't pass on Tangled. The next question comes from my friend Adam. He asks, would you rather have lifetime free admission to only one park or pay to get into all of them? This is another really good question. It would be amazing to have a lifetime AP to Walt Disney World, but like I said, it's really important to me to be able to visit all the Disney parks around the world. Even though I've been lucky enough to visit almost all of them again, I'm still dying to go back. And I don't think I could ever pass up on never visiting them all again, so I think I'm gonna have to go with the option to still pay to visit all of them. I don't think I could turn down all the other Disney parks. The last two questions come from my wonderful BFF Megan, and she asked, would you rather spend the night in Tower of Terror or Haunted Mansion? Ooh, both are very spooky options. I think the Haunted Mansion would be super cool. I'd love getting to hang out with all the grim and ghosts and finally get to be the 1000th happy haunt. But like I said before, Tower of Terror is my favorite attraction, so I'm gonna have to pick that one. I mean, the 1939 lobby with all the spooky glitz and glamour is just perfect, and I mean, I've always kind of wanted to stay there anyway. I think it would be really fun getting to explore the hotel all night long and hopefully not run into any ghosts, but you know, we'll see. And now the final question, Megan asks, would you rather have fast passes for life or free dining for life? This is a great question. I mean, both are such amazing experiences. I would love to be able to go on an unlimited amount of rides. Free dining, on the other hand, though, would be fantastic. I think it would be so great to get to try all the different Disney dining options all throughout property. I think if I had to pick, I would go with the free dining just because dining experiences are always new and different every time. Like, you can try so many different options. And I mean, I think saving money on all that free food would be really nice. So, I mean, I'll get the occasional fast pass and just wait in line, but you know, get all the free snacks and free food. Thank you all so much for submitting your questions. I had so much fun playing Disney Would You Rather with you all. Be sure to leave a comment down below and tell me your answers to some of the questions. A lot of them were some good hot takes, so I'd love to hear your responses. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe for future Disney content videos. I hope you all have a magical day, and I'll see you real soon. Bye!